Hey everyone, welcome to our Hangout. Today I'm with Joe Styler. I'm Colby Villa. We're going to be covering the new GoDaddy Domain Investor app. So it's a new app on the iOS store available for download now. And I'll let Joe just get right into it.
All right, thanks. We have it for Android too. So
Nice.
all the Android users out there, we have a good app for you as well. So we're going to have Paige Howe joining us. He's one of our customers who was part of the beta test. I think he's having computer trouble, so he's not able to log in yet. If he joins, that would be great. If not, I will just go over some of the things that he was going to cover. So hopefully everything's going okay for him on his end with his computer. We're going to talk about the investor app today, which is really pretty cool. I have the app to be able to show you in a couple minutes, but I just want to go over the reason why we made it and some basic points about it first. So as we said, it's for iOS and also Android, and we launched it in January when there was a NamesCon conference, so it was about the middle of January, and it's been a couple months, and we've had really good adoption on both devices, Android and iPhone. We've been able to not only launch it, but also to have a couple different versions come out since then, where we've been able to build on it, and I'll get into some of the future releases that we have planned. But we've been able to add language support, multi-language support, which has made it a very good international option. So if you're overseas, we just added about 10 different languages in the last few weeks. So it's been really cool to be able to check that out. I was able to do it once, and it didn't tell me that once you switch your phone over to another language, it's not so easy to find the buttons to switch it back. So I switched my phone to Chinese, and I could see the app, play around with it, and everything seems to work really good. So, if there's any feedback anyone has or any languages you'd like to see come out, if it's not in your local language, just let us know.
Is your phone working on that? Phone back now? You're not going to be showing everybody in Chinese
well,
today?
We'll see how it works. So I had to get some help to switch it back and Google the path. So what we did for the first release is we wanted to get people away to be able to not be tethered to their computer all the time. Auctions happen in real time, and there's different bidders that come along, and a lot of the action happens towards the end of the auction, which means if you get outbid, we auto extend that auction for 5 minutes. And then you have to sit there because then you outbid somebody and it's another 5 minutes and it's another 5 minutes, and we don't want you to miss dinner with your family or, being able to go out and take a walk or whatever you want to do. We want you to be able to just get away from the computer and have the app and watch the things that you want to watch. So we came up with the app so that you could start to use the auctions that you're already watching or bidding and keep those with you on the go. So you can use those for now, and we're going to expand it so that it can be more full function later on. But for right now, let me show you what it actually does.
Get going here in a second. Still in full screen mode there.
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to stop it and do it again.
Yeah, no worries. Now, to use this app, do you have to be a member of the auction program, or can you just download it and check it out without that?
For using the app, you have to have not only an auction membership, but you have to be on the computer first to be able to watch or bid on something. And once you do that, then you're allowed to use the phone as a companion app. Okay. So what it's going to do is it's going to follow along with whatever you did, on your computer, and let you leave the computer then and take those names that you're interested in with you and watch what happens.
Okay.
So it's a companion app right now. We're going to make it more fully functional as time goes on, but we really wanted to see what the adoption was going to be like, and it's been going pretty well. So we're going to add some more.
Awesome. Some more functionalities coming to it then.
See if it hooks up now. Yeah, here we go. Some crazy stuff coming up here.
Yeah. iTunes going.
Yeah, I don't know. Cancel out.
Did it cancel out on you again? Yeah. No, it was just working.
We just had it working right before we started this.
We promise, guys. It'll be coming.
We'll try it again.
Try one more time here.
But it's been really it's been pretty awesome to see people use it, because we've had such positive feedback from users in two main categories. People that really were power users are able to step away from their phone or their computer and just rely on their phone, which has been really great. And that's been pretty awesome to see, because then they're able to go out and, like I said, and do what they want to do, but keep an eye on things. And there's also push alerts too, which is pretty cool, because that way you don't have to keep such a close eye on the auctions that are really important to you.
Yeah.
And if you're going to get outbid in the last 15 minutes or so, you can set it up. You'll get push alerts, and all of a sudden they'll pop up on your phone. Oh, okay, I'm outbid. Let me jump on there and go take care of that. So there's some features that make things just easier for you to use. And the other side of the coin is you get to use the phone in many other countries, which is really cool too, because it has a really vibrant language support. And a lot of us in the U.S. are used to using our computers a lot, but
everywhere else it's mobile.
We're still about 50% mobile or more, and everywhere else it's a much higher percentage. So we want to be able to make sure that everybody has a chance to use the auctions and gets to participate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's see if we can get this thing to launch this time.
Third time a charm.
All right, it's working.
All right.
So as I said, it's a companion app. So what you're looking at is you can see all your favorites that you marked as a favorite when you're on the computer, all the things you're watching, or the ones that you're bidding on. Favorites is actually a pretty cool option. So here's everything that I'm watching, and it shows I'm watching 223 things. So this first one, this is a test environment, mirrors exactly what's going on now in production for everybody, but this way I'm not actually participating in any auctions. So that's what explains these crazy names. So the top one says, hey, I'm not winning this. There's 6 bids. That's my alert. And there's 11 minutes left. And so I'm going to want to go in here. I'm going to use my thumbprint, and I'm going to be able to place my bid. Now, all of a sudden, I'm the highest bidder, and I'm watching this. I got 10 minutes left. It'll tell me a push notice if I am going to get outbid, and let me know that I need to hop back onto this auction and take care of it. The cool thing about the app, which we don't have on the full auction site on the computer, is this little heart up here, which you can see top right screen.
Yep. I
can put a heart or take the heart away. And what that does is that adds it or removes it from this favorite section. So let's say I have, 35 different auctions that I'm bidding on, but there's 2 or 3 names that I really want to make sure that I get. I can further filter that down by favorites and then just watch those. So then I can narrow down my field even more to what I really, really want to hone in on and make sure that I'm going to win. So these are all the things that I was watching. I hadn't put a bid on those yet. I go over here to my actual bidding, and it's going to show me what I'm outbid on, what I'm winning, and everything. So if I just want to focus real quick on what am I outbidding and what's ending soon, right? Like this one here, I have 53 seconds. Let's see if I can beat it. I'm going to go in there real quick, and I'm going to place another bid, and I'm the high bidder. So now I just added 5 more minutes to the auction. I'm going to go and want to watch that because that's an important name to me on my favorites. And then I'm going to go back here. It's going to disappear from my outbid now because I am actually winning it. And there it is right there on the top. And if I want to see everything, there you go. I could take a look at it and just take a look and say, okay, this is everything that's going on right now. All the names that I have that I'm currently bidding on, either I'm winning or not. So it makes things a lot easier. We have hundreds of examples in here in the test environment because we want to play around with things and make sure that they work. But in a typical user, you're going to want to narrow down what your favorites are and maybe have a dozen names or a couple dozen names that you really want to watch. Yep. And it makes it really easy for you to use. The other thing that I really like is we have let me go over here to the bidding and I'll show you that we could put in a proxy bid. So I'm outbid right on this one, and let's see if I try and bid if I get outbid again. Well, I'm lucky so far. It's usually not so easy. So let's try this. All right, see, I've been outbid again. So there's a proxy bid against me from somebody else. So as soon as I bid my $50, I got outbid right away. right, by somebody else's proxy bid. And I really want this name, and I think that, you know, obviously ATA-031816-6-1944 TV is a category killer.
Yeah.
And I really need this name. So for me, this name is worth, I don't know, $6,000. So I'm going to put that in there, and that's going to set my proxy bid. And lo and behold, I outbid the person, and I'm the highest bidder at 55, and it's going to keep my $6,000 bid in there to continually outbid other people until they get over $6,000. It's going to use the minimum bid increment that I need to continue to have my lead when people bid against me. So now I don't have to really watch it as much, but I'm still going to put in my favorites because, like I said, this is a category killer, and I want to make sure that I know. And I'm going to get a push alert in case I get outbid.
So if it outbids your proxy bid, it'll let you know? Yeah,
it'll let me know. It'll send me a push alert, and I'll know, hey, somebody else bid against me. I need to go check this real fast. You can set all those things up inside your settings. You can set your notifications up. And you can set up your Touch ID so you can use your thumbprint. You have to have a PIN. So you can either use a PIN or your thumbprint or fingerprint, which works on both devices, iOS and Android. And you can set everything up from in there. I like to use the fingerprint just because it's a lot faster. But if you don't set up your fingerprint in there and you don't allow access to your Touch ID, then it's going to give you just the PIN option every time you want to bid. And it's only going to do it on your initial time that you're back into the app. Once you're in the app and you're actually live and bidding, it's not going to ask you every time. As you saw from when I bid, it didn't ask for my thumbprint every time. So it really keeps things fast and sleek and helps you be able to stay on top of your auctions pretty quickly.
Makes sense. Are all the yellow bars that we're seeing there ones that are 10 minutes or less?
Yeah, 15 minutes or less.
15 minutes or less.
And it'll let you know, hey, these are ending. And it's telling me on this screen that I'm outbid. You can see really easily, if I look at all, I can see green and red. So I know, okay, green I'm winning, red I'm losing. So then it's a real easy way to do it. I can also look at the outbid or winning, but if I want to see everything at a glance that's coming up, you know, in the next 15 minutes, I can just take a look real fast at what's yellow, look at what's green and red, and make you know, all right, this one I really want. Let me go in there and I place my bid. Boom, I'm winning that.
And I see you can see the whole bid history there as well.
Yeah, you can. You can see what's going on. You can see where the bidders were, what time they placed the bids. Just ain't like anything you could inside the auction.
So I know this is test in the real environment. Will it still just say bidder 1, 2, 3, 4 like that?
Yeah, it does. It's a question we get asked a lot. So
keep it a little bit anonymous there. That's good. So Brock has a question for us.
Sure.
He says he hasn't tested the app in a month or so, but when he was using it, he noticed that the app only worked with expired auctions and not public auctions. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's still the case. Right now, this is only for expired auctions, and it only works for names that you have either watched or put a bid in on your computer itself. So we're going to get to a full function app. So the ultimate goal of this is to be able to do anything you can do on your computer on this app, but we're doing it in stages. So we've been able to release, you know, the first part of it, which is just being able to free most people from the expired auctions, which are our most popular auctions, so they don't have to stay by the computer, and get them out there and be able to use it, you know, away from the computer so they can go spend time with other people and not have to be tied to things and, you know, be sitting at their auctions for 2 or 3 hours to make sure that they're going to win the names that they really want. You know, we want to free people for that. We envision the ability for you to be able to do anything you can do on the computer on the app. It brings up what's coming next, which is you know, something I think we should probably cover. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. We have some exciting things that are coming out in the near future, so I'll go over what's coming out hopefully in the next few weeks, and then we'll go over what's going to come out a little bit further away than that.
Awesome. Very cool.
Thanks for the questions.
Not yet. Thanks for the question, Brock. If anybody else has any other questions, feel free to drop them in, and we'll definitely get to them during the Hangout.
So we've seen a really good adoption from the app. People really like it. We've had positive feedback. I think one of the really important things that's helped us with that, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to have Paige on here, is we had a beta test before, and we had customers using it. So we gave them first a test environment app. They played around with it a little bit and said, okay, you know, this is what I like and don't like. And then we released a live version to only those customers. So we had I think it was about a dozen customers that were power users that were, you know, signed on and said, hey, I want a beta test. Yeah. So we let them join, and they were able to bid on live auctions on their phone and test it out and say, hey, I really didn't like this part of it, or this isn't as intuitive as you would think. And then we were able to take that feedback and tweak it and work with them on real time and really make sure that the app was user friendly before we deployed it officially in January at AmesCon. And when we deployed it, we had a really high acceptance from customers, and everybody seemed to like it a lot. And I really think the main reason for that was we were able to test it out with those customers at first and let them play around with it and say, okay. The one thing that we heard the most from them was, hey, we just want to keep this ourselves. This is so awesome. We don't want to share it with everybody else. Let's keep the beta going. But they gave us some really valuable feedback, and we were able to use that to make sure that everybody else that joined on the app had a good experience. So I appreciate everybody who beta tested. And if you're interested in doing any kind of beta test in the future, just let us know, because we do beta test from time to time. We're actually beta testing a cool new project right now, which I can't talk about, but we have about 90 people that are doing that, and that's going to be really cool. So if there are things that you'd be interested in joining, and might be a little bit buggy at first, we'd be happy to have you come in and beta test. We really think it's important to get something that people are going to use. I'm out here to be on the Hangouts. I'm on forums because we want to hear from the customers. We want to make sure that we build stuff that people want to use, not things that we think would be cool. So,
do you know what the volume is of people winning auctions using the app is?
Yeah, I don't know what we're allowed to say. I can just say that it's been really successful. People have really, people that have downloaded the app, there's been thousands of downloads, have stepped up how much they bid on auctions. And I think it's due to the convenience of it. I only have a certain amount of time in the day. I have a lot of things to juggle, and I know everybody's like that. So it really frees you up. If I want to take my kids to the park after school, now I can do it. And if I'm, pushing my kid in the swing and I get a text on my phone that says, oh no, I was outbid, boom, I can go take care of that. So it really gives me a lot more options to go out and kind of, a normal person, and just kind of be out there and doing what I need to do, and then still be able to participate in the auctions, which I want. The ones that are favorites are the ones you really want to watch. You can really keep an eye on from wherever you're at, and I think that has driven more bids than we've had before. And we've seen people that have the app and are active on the computer from active users. It's about a 50-50 split where the bids come in now. So I think it's been good that people have been able to just kind of step away and enjoy things, and that's one of the main things that we've heard as far as feedback. So.
And then one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an Android and an iOS app. Is there going to be an iPad app in the works at all ever?
Not right now. It's not planned, but it is something that we kind of bounced around. It's not something that we have in the immediate future for a plan.
Okay, cool. So what's next? Show us something new.
Let me bring up my notes so I can tell you what's coming up. All right, so what we have planned for the immediate future is another 15 languages. So we just added a bunch.
Okay.
We're going to add another 15. We want to make sure that everybody has access to this, and I think it's really, you can see the site in a lot of languages now, but it hasn't translated over into the to the app itself. You can do it on the auction site. We want to make sure that everybody has the same opportunity.
Yes.
So we really want to do that. We're going to make bidding a little bit quicker from your watch list and bidding list. So we're going to be able to enable a quick bid where you could just boom bid rather than have to go through those couple screens. It's still really fast, I think, but we're going to make it even faster and make it just easier for people to boom bid. We're going to give you a little bit more information about the domains. So let's say I put 35 names on my watch list, and I'm at the park with my kids, and I get outbid, and I go, oh geez, I don't remember why did I put this one on the list? I'm outbid. I don't want to run back home. So you'll be able to check a lot of the stats that you can see right now on the computer. So I can remind myself, oh, okay, this is a 15-year-old name, or this is a 20-year-old name, and it's got 100 people coming to it, and this is why I put bids on it. It's okay. It's a age name, and I can boom, make my bids again. So we're going to give you more information: page views, listing views, the same stuff that you can see in the auctions on the computer. We're going to give to you on the app. We're also going to put it in offline mode so that you can kind of keep an eye on things that you want to keep as favorites or other things. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to bid when you're offline, but you'll still be able to access the app when you're offline in case you're on the plane or something that doesn't have Wi-Fi and you want to quickly go through and say, okay, you know, when I land, I want to make sure I check on all these things. We're going to have an offline mode that works too. Soon, hopefully, we'll get it done in the next couple months. We're going to have next 2 or 3 months, we'll have the closeout auctions available too, which I think is going to be big. So the expiry auctions right now go for 10 days. And those are the names that start at $10 or $12 and go for 10 days. And then when they're done, if nobody bids on those names, they go to a closeout auction where the names start as a Dutch auction. So it's a buy it now that goes down. So the next day after, you know, the auction closes, start $11 as a buy now, and then it drops to 10, 9, 8, 7, and then 5 on the last day. So each day it drops $1 and you're able to buy it now. Those auctions aren't on the app yet, but we are planning on getting them in the next few months. So that's another big thing that people have asked for, and we want to try and get that done next. We want to be able to also let you purchase those through a fast checkout so that you can, you know, just streamline right through the app. So I see a name, it's $10. I don't have to go through 6 screens to try and get out all the way out the door and check out and do all these other things. It just right from the app. Okay, boom, I want to buy it, pay, here's my payment method, done.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to make that a lot faster. The app, we want to kind of keep it slick and mobile. We also want to help people on the other auctions that they've won be able to purchase those through the app as well, through a fast checkout. Right now you can win on the auction, but on the app, but there's no easy way to pay. We want to make it so that you can pay and that there's an easy way to pay. Yep. Those are the 2 goals. So I think that is the immediate stuff that we really want to get out and what we're working on now. But as I said before, the ultimate vision is to have a fully functioned app so that if I get an offer from somebody on one of the names that I'm personally selling, I can go on the app and go counter it or accept it or whatever I want to do. I can go bid on public auctions through there. I can make offers to people. I can do whatever I can do on the computer on the app. And that's where we're ultimately going.
Nice. That's awesome. That's a lot of good updates coming up pretty soon then.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think so far, you know, we've released a big portion of it because a lot of auctions happen on expiry. But to be able to see those other pieces kind of come together with the closeouts coming next, and then having more full functionality and being able to pay right from the app and be able to do everything right in the app is going to be that much better for people that want to be on the go or for people that just don't go on their computer that much.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know there's no iPad app in the works, so we're going to add another curveball app here. What about Apple Watch? Any plans for that?
No immediate plans for that. We bounced around the idea for the iPad, but we haven't discussed Apple Watch at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to open it up if there's any other questions.
Let's take a look here. Still loading, but any questions, feel free to post them in there. We'll definitely address them here. So next up is, you know, the closeout auctions that you were saying, and then what else is going to be missing, or at that point, once those are added, that you guys are going to be looking to add?
Well, after closeout auctions, then we're going to have to look at the customer auction. So names that you're listing yourselves, if you want to bid on another customer's auction, or if you want to manage your own auctions that you're selling. So that'll be next.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of exciting things that are coming out over the course of the next year. We've been really been excited about the things we're working on and listening to people's feedback that we have. So if you have ideas or other things you'd like to see, please, you know, reach out to me and we'll see what we can do. We really try and do what we can to help out and make things easier for people that are using our products.
Yeah, we really did build this for you guys, so we definitely take the feedback seriously and look to implement it. You guys are the ones using the app every day.
That's right.
And Joe didn't just build them for himself, although he might like that.
Yeah, I'm not actually using it. That's why I have to test. I'm not in there bidding against people.
That's awesome. Well, doesn't look like we have anything else coming in, but I think it's been great to be able to see the app on screen for people, especially those that might not have the auction membership signed up yet or just haven't had a chance to go down there and download it. If you haven't yet, feel free to download it. Let us know what you think after you use it hands-on. And post your questions in the Hangout chat or on the YouTube page, and we'll definitely get back to you on them.
You can go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and search for Investor. It's called the Investor app. or you can go to the auctions.godaddy.com page. So auctions.godaddy.com has a link for the apps from there, where it's take you right to the page that you need to be at.
Yeah.
So either one of those will help you find the app to download.
Awesome. Well, cool. Sorry Paige couldn't make it today, but we'll get him on the next one.
That's right. Thanks for joining. I'm glad so many people watched. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I'll be checking it out to answer any questions anyone has.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.